Listen to this. Listen to this. I wasn't going to start today's video like this, but just listen to this.
Welcome to Obstruction.
Bro, that is some high quality audio. I know it's cringy to an extent, but that's some high quality fucking audio, and I respect that. You know I said it last video, but I do have to tell you guys that the HVH tournament is happening tomorrow, November 29th. Now, if you guys aren't going to make it, that sucks. If you do make it, we're giving away tons of cheats all stream to celebrate Black Friday. So make sure you try to make it. And also, if you want to participate in the tournament, it's going to be never lose as well as plague cheats. And all you got to do is play. If you win $100, PayPal, gift card, or crypto. Either way, let's hop into the Obstruction showcase. But either way, guys, my name is Tabz and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be looking at Obstruction for CS2. Now, this video is sponsored by sheetstore.net, where they're selling Obstruction over there. $7 a day, $10 a week, $15 a month. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's pretty expensive for an external, given that there's tons of internals that are probably much better than an external. At the end of the day, this is a sponsored video. I'm not saying you should buy it, but for the people that are interested in buying it, I'm going to do my best to show it off and give you an example of what it looks like, how it performs, and of course, you guys can use code TABZ to save some money. From just making a config and trying it out, I'm going to be honest, when it comes to externals, this thing's pretty smooth, man. Like, I got to be honest. They put some serious work into this, and I'm actually very excited to do gameplays with it. All right, so hopping straight into Obstruction, this is my current setup here. So I have limited my FPS so that this was very smooth for you, so that the boxes didn't jiggle or anything like that. But stepping over to the side here and hitting insert to open our menu, you can see it automatically hits the escape key for you. So that's already a plus on my screen. Some externals, I'm looking at UNEX, still don't do this. Hopping into the menu, the first thing I see is the Obstruction logo, which kind of looks like a 5 with a horn. So it gives me Satan 5 vibes, although I don't think there's any correlation at all. Hopping into the aimbot, we have always on, primary key, secondary key, visibility check, as well as flash check. Over in weapons, we can choose between op, scout, rifle, SMG, pistol, deagle, or shotgun. So there's not going to be individual weapon changes, but I don't mind the general just setup of this as it is. Moving over to rifle, you can see I have my bone set to neck with my smoothing set to 31.4 and my FOV set to 4. FOV for internals and externals is usually a little different, and I have to say 4 might be a little high, but with the smoothing that I have on it, this cheat is not snappy at all, and I quite like it. Over in additional, we have show FOV, stop in air, humanize, scope only, stop after shots, recoil, FOV multiplier, smoothing multiplier, RCS X, and Y. Now, I'm not using humanize because if you go over it, it does tell you that it is extremely experimental. I would prefer not to have something experimental that's supposed to help me appear more organic, so I'm going to use this in the future when it's 100% working. Moving over to the trigger bot, we have all of our settings here so we can choose our weapons. So again, all the weapons list here. For each weapon, you can set the delay and the bone. We also have additional settings that are global, such as aim assist, scope, and accuracy check. Flash check, visibility check, secondary key, primary key, and always on are options there as well. Moving over to the visuals, we have toggle render, player visible check, visible only, audible only, sound ESP, detection distance for sound ESP, box, fill, bounding box, snap arrow, skeleton, head dot, has C4, name, callout, distance, weapon, ammo, HP, armor, spotted notification, as well as your flash timer and your flash time, as well as show while dead. Spotted notification is pretty cool. At the top right, you can see if you've been spotted by another player. Of course, I'm in a bot lobby, so no matter what, it's going to constantly like pop up saying that I'm getting detected here. But moving over to the top right, we have radar here. So we have radar, flash check. Let me turn off spotted notification. Audible only, outline only, show planted C4, show items, radar position for X and Y, radar size, and radar dot size. Now over here, there is a spectator list, and I think it's here. It might actually be over in miscellaneous, but there is a spectators list in this cheat. I just can't move it. So you get the X and Y positioning for the radar up here, but for spectators, it's constantly stuck behind my face cam. Moving over to miss, we have watermark, edge, jump, zoo spot, sonar, ESP, hit marker, the radius and length, as well as the hit sound and the hit sound gain. Spectator list, again, you can't move it. Like I'm clicking here, I'm sure you can hear the clicking, and it's just not going anywhere. This is what the spectator list looks like, as you can see. We have spectator names only, bomb info, sniper crosshair, spread circle, and deathmatch mode. Deathmatch mode is going to render ESP onto teammates as well, because obviously in deathmatch, you kind of need to shoot everyone. We have grenade helper here, and if you enable that, you can see auto throw, aim assist, smoothing, and radar spots. I'm not too sure where you would put grenade stuff. Like, I don't know how you would make a grenade helper like spot and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's just built into the cheat, or there's a folder for it, but I don't see where I would add one, for example. So that's a little confusing to me. In world, we have dropped items, projectiles, grenade, timer, and chickens. Moving over to systems, we have hidden, which if I turn this on now, you'll see it just disappears from your screen. Magic. Show FPS, which I believe, I don't know where that is. I don't know where showing FPS pops up. Oh, I can see it. It renders over the radar. So not the greatest, but I guess you can move radar. We'll turn that off. We have console, and this is going to remove all the CMD interference. We have silent here, which it doesn't actually tell me what that does. I would have guessed silent aim, but I'm not sure what this does. Every other feature that you hover over pretty much tells you unless it's obvious. I don't know what this does. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what this does. We have light parsing, and it tells you here that it limits the parsing to only check the enemy's head instead of the main bones. When it's on, it's faster parsing, but less accurate. And if it's off, it's possibly slower, but more accurate. This is also going to depend on your computer. Double check, which is essentially doing be spotted to see if it is 100% visible and your player is calling out that person on the radar, but it's going to add a delay, so you're kind of going to want to avoid this. We also have parsing FOV, and this is going to limit the parsing to a certain FOV, meaning that only players in the FOV that you're looking at are going to be parsed. The higher, the slower the parsing, and they suggest that you put this a little bit more than your aimbot FOV. Of course, there's anti-clutter as well, and it changes the opacity of some of the visuals that when you're looking at a target. But either way, we have VSync, max FPS, and real-time scheduling priority. Setting obstruction to priority and to real-time. This might make your game lag a bit, but it will fix overlay lagging a lot. I don't have this problem. Generally, if you have a decent PC, you shouldn't need to use this. We also have our colors here, so colors are all going to be in system. You can't really go over to visuals and right-click and change anything, unfortunately. But I guess if it's just this and it's very simple, you don't need to change anything. Personally, I like the colors. The only thing I did was made invisible gray/white instead of black. Config system, you just click to load a config, as you can see here. And if I hit default, it's already saved the config that I made, meaning it auto-saves every single function that you change, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to give you guys a demonstration of the aimbot. And again, I'm not going to fight recoil. I might crouch because I'm just so used to it, but here you go. As you can see, it's very smooth. And then Deagle aimbot. As you can see, I have pistols set up pretty legit. But again, if I use trigger like you're seeing here, it's pulling the target for me. So I'm just gonna like aim my crosshair right here and hold mouse button 4. Pretty legit. Even the smoothing to get that headshot looks very, very legit. I like it. And then we can try that with the op trigger bot as well. Okay, I see. It's trying to shoot his hand. So we can fix that by going over to trigger bot, choosing the op here. The delay is fine, but we're going to go with chest. My FOV is a little small. Yeah, so it does seem like maybe I need to change the delay on the op, because just chest only does feel a little weird. Oh, I was aiming tummy. Oh, okay, hold on. Much better. Okay, so chest is literally the upper chest. The tummy, if I aim like right here, much better. Okay, so tummy's what you're gonna want to do for like mid-chest shots. What the hell? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So all around, just checking it out here, review is kind of the wrong wording for it. I'd call it a showcase. All in all, for what it is, it might not be as feature-rich as some externals, but there is kind of a saying where if you have a lot of good stuff in your cheat and it's to a professional standard and it's not just a bunch of features thrown in that no one's ever going to use, most, if not all of the stuff in this cheat is very useful and stuff you're going to use, but it's also very easy to use. I will say I don't like the rotational dials, how it's up and down to change. It's not left to right. You'd think with it being like this, you'd pull to the right to change, but you don't. But all around, I quite like it. I'm not gonna lie. I really cannot wait to do a video of full-on gameplay with this. This cheat is much better than some people give credit like to it for. I've seen this cheat get memed a lot in my Discord. Honestly, I don't know why. If it's a money thing and people think it's just overpriced, well, guess what? Don't buy the cheat. That's all I can really say. Altogether, I'm going to give this cheat a solid 8.5 out of 10 because there's some things that I wish were a little different that are just personal pet peeves. But all around, I do agree. The price is a little up there. If it was maybe $10 a month, I would consider that the best price point for this cheat. But it's an external. It's probably going to forever stay UD. And what has been put into this aimbot and this parsing, whatever they've done to make it this smooth, I got to give them a round of applause for it because it's some of the smoothest external aimbot I've ever used. And it feels good. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to lose a gunfight, like, at all. That's it. Either way, guys, again, go over to cheatstore.net, use code TABS on checkout if you're looking to get Obstruction, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, bros. Peace.